Now we're going to learn how to go to Google Maps and create a map using the data from the form that we created. So we'll type in Chrome, we're going to type in Google Maps in the search. Click on Google Maps. Double check, I have two different Google accounts. I want to make sure I'm using my district one because that's where my form is. And I'll come in here and click on My Maps and this button that says Create. And we'll title this map Where We're From and Where We're Going. And to create our map, all we have to do now is import the information from our form. So I'll go to Google Drive. And you see here that this is our form, and it only goes to the response sheets or the spreadsheets. So you can see this is, let's scroll down a little, where we're from and where we're going, responses. So I'll click here. So it's chosen that. And the first one says choose columns to position your place marks. So this first one wants to know where can we put, which column will tell us where you want the mark to be. So I want the first one to show where our birthplaces are. So I'll say continue. Now it wants to know what title should it put for that place mark. Well, if it's showing where I was born and each other person who filled out the form, I want our names to be next to the place we were born. So I'm going to say finish. And you'll notice that it's starting to put place marks on the map for us that show where each person was born. So you can see that one of the ones here, that's Anna Smith. If I go to, let's make this a little larger, come back over here, and you'll see several people were born in this area. So this is Anna Smith. This is Linda Foote, born in Linwood, wants to visit Antarctica. And so these are all the birthplaces of different people in the course that filled out this form. Now you'll notice that because I used our names for two, you can see it also shows where we want to visit. I want to add a second place mark to show where we want to visit. So that's easy to do too. We're just going to add a layer. And for our next layer, we will add from the same spreadsheet where we're from and where we're going. The place to visit. And we want the name for the title again and finish. But we don't want the markers to be the same color because that will be a little confusing. So we'll make the markers for where we want to visit this bright green. And so, or let's see, can we make, oh no, that blends in too much. We'll make them this blue. And then let's go ahead and give these titles so that they're both titled where we're from and where we're going. Let's see if it will let us change that to rename it. But this one is birthplace. And this one will be where we want to travel. So now, if I click on where we want to travel, you can see the map's enlarged because several people want to go. Let's see, Linda Foote wants to go to Antarctica. And you can see when I click on it, it also shows my birthplace on the same pop-up here. And anyone that I click on, Stacy Campo was born in Wyoming and she wants to go to Washington, D.C. So you can see if you click on any of these that you can get the information, and you can see we have a lot of variety for where we were born as well as where we'd like to visit someday. that's how you create a map. So you could use this to not only do something simple that we did here, but you could have students post the last 20 earthquakes that were over 9.0 or 6.0 or 5.0 and see where different ones occurred in the past few years. You'll eventually be able to see the tectonic plates if you have the students add enough of the locations. So that's an option too, or whatever you're studying. So we hope this helps. Thank you so much.